Hi everyone, it's Joy from the Denver, Colorado area here in the United States, and I am going to be using the new Dainty Delight bundle, and I'm so happy that Stampin' Up! Is now calling the dies for the bundle the same thing as the stamp set, so that's very helpful. And then I will also be using the Hive 3D embossing folder and the watercolor pencils, but you might think I'm going to be actual watercoloring. I'm actually going to be using a different technique, a dry technique with the watercolor pencils. And then this is the, I believe this is the Happy Labels. Sorry. Yes. Sorry about that, guys. So, hopefully everybody can hear me now and I don't have any echoes. So, yes, it is the Happy Labels Pick-a-Punch, which actually goes with the Happy Labels bundle, but I am not going to be using the stamp set for this one, just the punch. And again, this is the Dainty Delight that is in the new mini catalog that goes until April of this year. So you can see that, and then you can see it, let's see where to go. There it is. You can see it as a bundle in the back. I love that they do this little index in the back of our mini catalogs. And of course, you can always save 10% when you buy it as a bundle. Let's get a couple of things out of the way here and bring in my sample. So this is the sample that I made, and I did take a little inspiration for my technique that I'm going to do in the mini catalog. Oh yes, the designer series paper. We can't forget the designer series paper. It is in the Sale-A-Bration catalog that is good until the end of February, and it is on page 6 and 7, and it is just very, very pretty, and it really coordinates with this bundle. So let's bring out our designer series paper. So you can see you have this side, and then you have this one here and this one here. Oh my goodness. It has this would make just a gorgeous background on a card. And then all you would have to do is put a sentiment and some embellishments on it. And then this one here has these lovely ovals. And then this centerpiece here. There's just so much that you could do with these little dainty floral designs. And then the back side has some great patterns. So we have this pattern, and then this, and this is like a great watercolor background, and another great watercolor background, and then this piece that I'm using on my card. So yes, so many pretty paper packs in the celebration. I agree, Rose. So here we are. I've got this one. I'll stick this right up here in the corner and then bring in our pieces that we're going to use today. So we need a card base of basic white thick at 4¼ inches by 11 inches or 10.5 centimeters by 29.7 centimeters. You're going to fold it at 5½ if you're doing imperial and 14.9 if you're doing metric. So we've got that piece there, and then we have a layer of this Starry Sky, and I have done my first layer kind of, it's as a second layer, but it's my first layer, and so it comes out to 3¾ inches by 5 inches or 9.5 centimeters by 13.9 centimeters if you're doing an A4. So we have that piece, And then we have 2 pieces to save on my designer series paper. I mean, I could have put a whole big piece, but then I'm covering up the middle part. So instead, I did 2 pieces, and that are 1 3/8 inch by 3.5 inches, or 4 centimeters by 9 centimeters. So I did that as kind of a paper saving technique. So we've got those 2 pieces, and then we need a piece of basic white that is 2.5 by 3.5 inches, or 6.5 centimeters by 9 centimeters. And I did go ahead to save some time and run this through the Hive 3D embossing folder. It gives it this lovely kind of honeycomb pattern, which I thought went really well with the flowers. And then we need a very small piece of the basic white that is 3/4 inches wide by 2¼ inches long, or 1.9 centimeters by 5.7 centimeters. So we have all these little pieces here, and we also need a scrap piece to stamp and die cut on. So one of the first things I'm going to do, let me show you. I found this in the mini catalog, and if you weren't looking closely, you would have missed it. It's right here. Let's see if I can hold that a little bit closer, where it shows that they have just basically, you know, colored a portion of it, kind of scribbled, not real precise, and then die cut out from there. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'm going to show you a little bit. Now my watercolor pencils, I did use the watercolor pencils that is the first assortment, so it just is listed as watercolor pencils. You have watercolor pencils and then assortment number 2. So this is just the first assortment they came out with, and it has 13 different colors, including a white. I'm going to be using the Melon Mambo, Rich Raspberry, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. So to start off, I need some of the Rich Raspberry, just scribbled on, just kind of like so, you know, fill it in, just kind of do it how, oh, it's probably shaking my table. Just probably doing however much you need, just wide enough for your die. And then another one of the Old Olive. Again, just wide enough for your die. And then you are going to take and die cut. So I would need a wider piece, but then you die cut out 2 of these stems and 2 of these pieces here that are in your die set. Now, you also need to stamp. This stamp is the stamp I chose because it fit on my piece here. And some Memento ink. And just need a little tap, tap, tap. And then stamp it, and then you'll color it and die cut this piece. So I needed these 3 colors, the Melon Mambo, Daffodil Delight, and the Old Olive. So I just got my inspiration off of the designer series paper. They used a pink, I think they used Blushing Bride, but we don't have Blushing Bride in this set, and just did some dry coloring. And then the Daffodil Delight down here for these little round flowers. And then the Old Olive for the leaves. So, you know, I don't know if you were aware that these pencils are very high quality pencils, and they do make a very good coloring technique dry. You don't always have to use them wet or even use a blender pen. And I really did like this, the look of this kind of just colored on and then die cut out. So, via the magic of video, I already have one of these pieces colored and die cut. And I have this little container here. I have one little teeny tiny stem and two of these. And another tiny stem. So let's get, let me see. Yes, let's get a silicone mat. Move these over. And some of the Tombow Mono Multi-Liquid Glue. Oh, that's not going to work. Is that going to work? Oh, yeah. Okay. Just get some on my silicone mat here. And a toothpick. You could definitely use the adhesive sheets that Leanne used. I've seen some really fantastic presentations today. I hope you've had a chance to watch them. If not, go back and watch them on replay. So we've got that. And then this one here. So that toothpick just helps with this. And this is so tiny. Probably need tweezers to pick this up. So we have one, and the stem kind of shows through on this. Kind of gives it a look of flowers kind of growing down a big long stalk. That one, and then the other one is going to go this direction, curve this way. And let's get this one going over here. So we have those two pieces. And we'll set those aside for a minute. Let's see, get my bearings as to where I'm at. I think I want to go ahead and build some of my layers first. Go ahead and fold this card base in half. You can use a bone folder to get a nice good crease. Then let's see, how did I do this? Oh, yes, I did the Designer Series paper first. So let's just grab some of the Stampin' Seal. And just have an even border around two sides. See if I can make that happen. And if you want, you can see if you can line that up sort of with that. But it doesn't really matter because they're separated. See if I got that even. I hope so. So we got that going. And we can attach this onto our card base. Hi, Terry. Glad you could join me. I know it's kind of dinner hour for some people. So if I can keep this in the frame here. So that goes on there like that. Set that aside. And now we need some of the Starry Sky. I wanted to match my ribbon. And this has some nice shimmer to it. It is only 1/8 of an inch wide, so that can be a little interesting to work with. But I think we can make this work. So let's just take this like this and trim off the right amount that we need. And it does fray. So if you cut it in an angle, it does help that a little bit. And that's going to be about, oh, nope, I need to not put that on yet. I need to build my little flower bunch first. I forgot about that. So now I can take my little toothpick and spread some of this glue on here. And a little bit down this stem. Just need just a little bit. See if I can get that on there. And a little bit on this one. Some of the fun little details that we do when we're making our cards. Now let's see which one. I think that one goes over there. So that one's going to go about right there. Oop. Wants to stick to my finger. I must have some glue on my finger. And then the other one is going to come through and do about there. And then I need some dimensionals. I'm using the miniature ones. Oh, my computer just went blank. I don't know what happened there, so I will have to get back with any comments that you guys make because my computer just went blank. Don't you gotta love technology? That's some good. Yeah, maybe I want one more right there. And I'm purposely not putting any down here because we're going to have our ribbon go over that. And it needs to be a little bit flatter. So just the top part of these flowers is going to have dimension. Now, I'm going to just set that on there like that. And now I can put my ribbon on. Let's see, what am I doing on time? Okay, we're doing okay. All right, so now let's go ahead, attach this on with some more dimensionals. Well, I'm going to grab my bigger ones this time. Just quite a few so we don't have any saggy parts. And sometimes, to save time, I don't take the backing off of those middle ones. I just take it off the edge ones. Let's just get those off. And make sure we do this in the right direction. And then I'm going to come along and try to center it across those so that it overlaps just a little bit. See if I can get this going here while I'm on camera. Sometimes it's not the easiest to line up on camera. Is that straight? Yeah, it's close. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. And now we need a greeting. I'm taking the Celebrate You out of this same set. And my Memento ink again. Oh, I don't want to do that yet. Yes. Let's get the punch out. And I took a scrap piece so that I can make a little handle extension onto this, because this is a very small piece to be putting into this punch. And then that will help me. Goes in this way. Slide that in. And look on the back to make sure it goes where you want it. And then since we want it on both ends, I'm going to flip that around and do that one more time. And now we are ready to stamp. And did you see that piece flying straight at you at the camera? Now we can go ahead and do the Celebrate You. I'm stamping it over to the left side. Okay, that looks pretty good. I do have one that looks slightly better. So the magic of video, I'm going to use that one. And I have a bow that I've already tied. And a glue dot. So let's get those on there. Get my glue dot out. A little extra there. I'm just going to fold under a little bit of that glue. And that's just going to attach directly on there. This one needs some dimensionals. So just put 3 little dimensionals there. Get this on here like so, so it doesn't, our ribbon doesn't cover it up too much. There we go. Now we need some rhinestones. Get my take your pick tool, and I'm going to take a medium size one. Come on. And put it right there. And then 2 of the small ones. One about there. And another one up here. So these iridescent ones will give it some nice little shimmer to go along with our ribbon. So let's see, we're running out of time. So I'm going to just show you what I've done for the inside onto from my sample. So I just stamped that same stamp and colored it in with the dry watercolor pencils. There we have that. So I just want to remind everybody that if you see anything that anyone has demonstrated from the mini catalog or from the other products from the annual catalog, please reach out to the demonstrator that invited you to this group. We also have the wonderful celebration offerings, which are free with a qualifying order. Please reach out to the demonstrator that invited you to find out what a qualifying order is in your market. We also have this fantastic join special. So for $99, you can get just the regular kit, but you get $175 worth versus $125 worth of product of your choice. However, if you would like to add the little mini cut and emboss machine, you can either get the exclusive limited time offer of the boho blue or the traditional white for just let's see, I think it's $129. So that means that you get your little mini machine at like half price. So you will be sure to reach out to your demonstrator if you would like to buy the starter kit and become a demonstrator yourself and enjoy the discount. This is the last presentation of the evening, and you will want to be sure to set your alarm clocks so that you can tune in the morning and watch Terry with the Country Bouquet at 8:30 Central Time. Of course, anything that you miss live, you can join us and watch it on replay or rewatch it on replay so that you can, go slow and maybe craft along with the person that you saw their video. Anyway, I will sign off for now. Everyone have a great evening. It's an evening time here in the United States, and I think it might be afternoon in Australia. So whatever time of day it is for you, please have a great day or a great evening, and we will see you in a few hours. Bye.